Hey everybody! Welcome to the channel. So glad you're here. You know, we talk a lot, I talk a lot, you talk a lot. But have you ever wondered what we're all talking in? We've got a really fun one for you today. We are counting down the top 10 most spoken languages in the entire world, looking ahead to 2025. It's like the Billboard charts, but for words. Get ready, because some of these might seriously surprise you. I know I was surprised. I thought my baby talk to my dog Gary would be on here, but apparently, wooza good booey is not an officially recognized language. Who knew? Now, before we get into it, a quick note on how we're ranking these. It's not just about who learned it from their parents. We're looking at the total number of speakers. That means native speakers plus all the people who learned it as a second, third, or even fourth language for school, for work, or maybe just to watch their favorite shows without subtitles. It's the whole shebang, the full picture of global communication. This is huge because it really changes the list around. It shows which languages are not just big at home, but are making a huge impact all over the globe. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get ready to travel the world with our words. We're going to dive into the languages that connect billions of people every single day, from business deals to blockbuster movies to ordering a coffee in a new city. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's kick things off with number 10. Here we go. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have the beautiful and poetic language of Urdu. Now, if you're thinking, wait, that sounds familiar, you are absolutely right. We'll get to its very close sibling later on in the list. But for now, let's give Urdu its moment in the spotlight. It's a major language in South Asia, primarily spoken in Pakistan, where it's the official language, and it also has a huge number of speakers in India. It's known for its gorgeous flowing script, called Nastaliq, which is just a work of art in itself. Seriously, just looking at it written down is amazing. It has deep historical roots and is famous for its rich literary and poetic traditions. We're talking about some of the most incredible poetry and music ghazals that just pull at your heartstrings. With over 230 million total speakers, Urdu is a powerhouse of culture, history, and art. It plays a massive role in the identity of millions and is a cornerstone of media and literature in the region. So, a huge round of applause for Urdu, making a strong start at number 10 on our global countdown. Alright, coming in at number 9, we're heading north to the land of Tolstoy and Tchaikovsky. It's Russian. Das Vidaniya to number 10, Privet to number 9. With around 255 million total speakers, Russian is a huge deal. Of course, it's the official language of Russia, the largest country on Earth by landmass, which is just wild to think about. That alone gives it a massive number of native speakers. It's like, you could start walking in Western Russia speaking Russian and walk all the way to the Pacific Ocean, still speaking Russian. That's insane. But its influence doesn't stop at the Russian border, not even close. Because of its history as the language of the Soviet Union, it's still widely spoken and understood across Eastern Europe and Central Asia. In many of those countries, it's the language people from different ethnic groups use to talk to each other. It's a language of science, too. Did you know it's one of the 2 official languages on the International Space Station? That's right. If you want to be an astronaut, knowing some Russian is a pretty good idea. How cool is that? Next up, at number 8, we're bringing in the rhythm, the sunshine, and some incredible soccer skills. Say hola to Portuguese. When you think of Portuguese, you might first think of Portugal, and you'd be right, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real giant of the Portuguese-speaking world is Brazil. The population of Brazil is enormous, making it the country with the most native Portuguese speakers by a long shot. It's so big, it's like the entire population of Germany, France, and the UK combined decided to speak Portuguese. It's huge! With over 260 million total speakers, its reach is truly global. Beyond Brazil and Portugal, it's the official language in several African nations like Angola and Mozambique, a legacy of colonial history that has evolved into a vibrant, modern cultural connection. It's a language that's growing, spreading through music like samba and bossa nova, and through the millions of people who are part of its global community. So, from the beaches of Rio to the streets of Lisbon and beyond, Portuguese is a major player on the world stage. Sliding into the number 7 spot is a language you might not have expected, but it is an absolute titan. We're talking about Bengali. Also known by its endonym Bangla, this language is spoken by over 270 million people. That's an incredible number. The heart of the Bengali-speaking world is, of course, Bangladesh. where it's the national language and a massive source of pride. The fight for the recognition of their language was actually a key part of their independence movement, which is such a powerful story. UNESCO even named February 21st International Mother Language Day in recognition of it. It's also the second most spoken language in India, primarily in the state of West Bengal. So you have this huge concentrated region of South Asia where Bengali reigns supreme. It has a beautiful, unique script and a rich literary tradition that even produced a Nobel Prize winner, Rabindranath Tagore. He was a poet, a songwriter, a philosopher, a total genius. Bengali is a language of passion, art, and deep cultural identity, and it has more than earned its spot high up on our list. All right, we're at number 6, and we're talking about a language that connects a vast and diverse part of the world. It's Modern Standard Arabic. Now, this one is super interesting. When we say Arabic, we're talking about a lot of different dialects. Someone from Morocco might have a tough time understanding someone from Iraq if they're just speaking their local slang. It's like comparing a thick Scottish brogue to a deep Texas drawl. They're both English, but wow, it can be a challenge. That's where Modern Standard Arabic, or MSA, comes in. It's the formal version of the language used in books, newspapers, on the news, and in official speeches across the entire Arab world, from the Atlantic coast of Africa all the way to the Persian Gulf. It's the glue that holds the Arab-speaking world together, allowing for communication across dozens of countries, with over 274 million total speakers using it as a common tongue. It's a vital language for religion, politics, business, and media, uniting a massive cultural and geographic region. Cracking our top 5 at number 5 is a language of romance, art, and global influence. Bonjour, French. With around 310 million speakers worldwide, French is a certified global superstar. Of course, you've got France, Belgium, Switzerland, and Quebec in Canada, but the story of French is so much bigger than that. Its influence is massive across the globe, especially in Africa, where more people speak French than in Europe. Countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo, Senegal, and Ivory Coast have huge French-speaking populations. It's also a major language of international relations. It's an official language of the United Nations, the European Union, the International Olympic Committee, and the Red Cross. If you want to be a diplomat, French is a must-know. For centuries, it was the language of high culture and international politics, and that legacy is still incredibly strong today. From fashion in Paris to diplomacy in Geneva to bustling markets in Dakar, French connects people on every single continent. C'est magnifique. All right, let's get to number 4. Vámonos! It's Spanish. With an incredible 559 million speakers, Spanish isn't just a language, it's a global phenomenon. It's the official language of 20 different countries, which is just mind-blowing. We're talking about Spain and Europe, of course, but then you cross the Atlantic and bam! Almost all of Central and South America, plus Mexico. And let's not forget the United States, which has the second largest Spanish-speaking population in the world after Mexico. That's a fact that surprises a lot of people. This incredible geographic spread means Spanish is everywhere. It's in music that tops the global charts. I mean, who hasn't danced to a song by Bad Bunny or Shakira? It's in hit TV shows, in literature from geniuses like Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and in communities all over the world. Its growth, especially in the US, has been explosive. It's a language that is vibrant, full of life, and connecting more and more people every single day. An easy and powerful number 4. Here we are in the top 3, and taking the bronze medal at number 3 is Hindi. With a staggering 609 million total speakers, Hindi is an absolute behemoth. It's the main language of the most populous country in the world, India, centered in the northern and central parts of the country, often called the Hindi Belt. It's the language of government, daily life, and of course, Bollywood. The Indian film industry is one of the biggest in the world, and it has carried the Hindi language to every corner of the globe. You can find people from Fiji to the UK who learned Hindi just from watching movies. Now here's where it gets interesting, and it connects back to our number 10 language, Urdu. Spoken Hindi and spoken Urdu are what linguists call mutually intelligible. That means a Hindi speaker and an Urdu speaker can have a conversation and pretty much understand each other perfectly. The main differences are in the writing systems. Hindi uses the Devanagari script, and in some of the more formal vocabulary. But that spoken connection means the number of people who can communicate through this language family is even bigger than the numbers suggest. It's fascinating. Alright, our runner-up, the silver medalist at number 2, is Mandarin Chinese. Now, get ready for this number because it is just staggering. Mandarin is spoken by over 1.1 billion people. That's billion with a B. It's hard to even wrap your head around a number that big. The reason is simple. It is the official language of the People's Republic of China, the world's most populous nation for a very long time. If we were only counting native speakers, Mandarin would be number 1 by a landslide, and it wouldn't even be close. It would be like Usain Bolt racing a bunch of toddlers, but we're counting total speakers. And while a growing number of people are learning Mandarin for business and travel, its global reach as a second language isn't quite as widespread as our number 1. Still, its importance is undeniable. As China's economy continues to be a major force in the world, the number of Mandarin learners is skyrocketing. It's the language of international business, cutting-edge technology, and a culture that is thousands of years old. It's a language of the future, and it is a very, very powerful number 2. And here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. The number 1 most spoken language in the world in 2025 is, drumroll please, English. I know. Maybe it's not a huge shock, but the numbers are truly astounding. With over 1.5 billion speakers worldwide, English is the undisputed champion of global communication. What's most amazing about English is that the vast majority of its speakers are non-native. It has fewer native speakers than Mandarin or Spanish, but it has completely taken over as the world's default second language. It's the language of international business, the language of science and research, the language of aviation. Your pilot is speaking English to air traffic control no matter where you are. It's the language of the internet and the language of Hollywood. This dominance is a result of historical factors, like the British Empire, and more recent ones, like the cultural and economic influence of the United States. Whether you're a student in Japan, a business person in Germany, or a tourist in Brazil, chances are you're using English to connect with the world. It is, for now, the ultimate lingua franca. And that's a wrap. Our top 10 countdown of the most spoken languages in 2025. From Urdu to English, it's an incredible journey across the globe, showing how we're all connected through words. It's amazing to see how history, migration, and modern media have shaped the way we all talk to each other. Some of these languages are dominant because of huge native populations, while others, like English and French, have become global connectors for people from hundreds of different backgrounds. It really makes you think about how powerful language is. So, what did you think? Were you surprised by any of the languages on this list? Maybe you thought a language would be higher or lower or on the list at all. Let me know down in the comments which one was the biggest shocker for you. I'm always curious to see what you guys think. Also, we base this list on total speakers, but it gets really different if you look at native speakers only. Mandarin would jump to number 1, Spanish would be number 2, and the whole list would get a major shakeup. Would you be interested in seeing a video on that? A top 10 by native speakers? Thank you so much for hanging out and watching today. It was a ton of fun. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. We've got more great stuff coming your way. Until then, stay curious, keep talking, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.